What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Batter's Eye Podcast, another episode. I'm Aiden, and I'm here with my co-host and another guest. Let's start off. Max, introduce yourself and yeah.
Everyone, my name is Maximus. I'm very excited to be here and get going.
And let's get our guest and see what he has to say. Talk about yourself a little bit.
Hey guys, I'm Noah Franco. I'm a class of 2025 left-handed pitcher and outfielder. I'm committed to Mississippi State and I go to IMG Academy.
All right, so first question I got for you. You're playing at the best high school in the country. Well, if not the best, it's definitely like top 2, top 3. Widely regarded as the best, though. You're playing with studs like Elijah Green and Andre and all these guys. You know, like everyone here is a stud. You have to be a stud to play at IMG. So what do these guys teach you day in and day out, and what are these little things that you're taking from guys that play here that you don't see it at all these other schools around the country?
Just being around these guys, like you'll start to adapt to these guys. Like being around guys like Jackson Ferris, since I'm like on both sides of the field. Like being around Elijah, he's a great guy, and just talking with him, practicing with him because we practiced with him during the fall. Because I was in his outfield group with Group 1, and then like with traveling to Alabama, we traveled with them. Just being around him, really adapt. I had to really adapt towards that. And around Jackson Ferris, I would lift with him off after season, hang around him. We threw a couple bullpens, live at bats. Just being around these guys really helped.
Yeah, and talk about, if anything, just little stuff like from their game that you take that, now you're implementing into your game that you see is helping you make strides on the field. What's something that we see in their highlights and their clips that make them so good that you're taking to get to that level, because you're clearly, you're making strides every year, you're improving, and it's definitely showing.
Yeah. So like with the hitting part, learning from Elijah, just like asking him questions about his plate coverage and how he trains on, if say he wants to have like a little adjustment, how he trains to get better at that part. And then with the pitching part, what I would ask like Ferris is like what he does to like keep the same velo throughout his 6 innings, 7 innings, however long he works for that day. And then what he does to just keep getting his arm stronger. That's the main questions I would ask.
Yeah, definitely two good things. And, also two great players to take those things from. So, I mean, like I just said it before we started recording, but you top out at 93, 94, and you're
92, like 92, 93, yeah.
Yeah, as a lefty, as a freshman, a lot of lefties in the MLB top out at 93, 94. Like, what are your goals? Like, how do you reach those goals, and what are you setting for yourself in these off seasons that you're like, yeah, I need to be here, and what does it take to get there? What's the training like?
So what I do is I really focus on weight training in the off season and how I really watch over it during in season to make sure I don't get injured. That's the main part for me. Another thing is I make sure to do my mobility and I make sure to stretch. Those are the really key components about if you want to throw hard, that's what you have to do. Those are necessities to throw hard. Another thing is I long toss almost every day in the fall during season. Me and Dean Moss, he's my throwing partner, so we would long toss. On the weekends, we would long toss. We would run. So just like building my endurance so that here in the summer when I start, I'm able to go 4, 5, 6 innings of great baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Max, go ahead.
Yeah, piggybacking off of that question, as like a tall lefty yourself, what would you say is the best arm care routine or exercise that you do to make sure you don't get injured?
I'll say make sure to do bands before and after you throw, because now you're using those muscles again, but you're not doing it at the same effort you were doing it before you would throw. And then what I do is I do my bands after, I do my plows after, but I change how I do them. So like before I use certain balls, and then after I only use the the black ball and the green ball. Those are the only ones I use after. And it's mainly just movements of the external and internal rotation. Those are the ones you have to really focus on after you throw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just also, I'm going to say something about that. What do you know, are you like a ice and then don't throw the next day, or are you just like, I need to be back out here. I need to keep working. I need to, like, what's that process?
I'm more of an ice guy. I make sure that whenever I throw like that, like today I threw 80 pitches. So I know tomorrow, take it easy. I will be playing first base. So make sure to really minimize on throwing and really focus on stretching and doing bands for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's important, you know, just to care for yourself and make sure that you're out there every year. And so, I mean, I'm just going to go into the next topic. Your commitment. You're committed to Mississippi State, great baseball school, obviously. And so what was that process like? What kind of separated Mississippi State from the rest of the schools that were after you? And you know, when did that process start? Because as a freshman to commit already, that's, you know, that's amazing.
I want to say the process started like early to, I'll say early 8th grade year. And it started with like two or three schools. And then I played my summer ball, and then more schools started hopping on. And then we're going more past summer, and then it just keeps piling on. And then, but there were certain schools that I like really kept in contact with that were going to make it past to my top 4. And so I just made sure to keep playing on the field like how I usually do and keep that on the side. And then to coming to that day when I really focus on who I was going to commit to and who was I really going to put 100% into. And what separated Mississippi State from the other schools was, one, the coaching staff is just great. They have 4 guys who know what they're doing. They're both all player coaches. That's what I was looking for in a coach. And then another thing is the schooling part. I mean, not many people see it as a schooling part, but at the same time, you're still going there to get you're still trying to graduate. You're still trying to get an education, as education is key after baseball. So, and then another thing is stadium. Stadium's a pretty cool feature, top 3 in all of college baseball, and holds the most or the second most in all of college baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's I can only imagine like being in 8th grade and already getting college offers is crazy. I feel like you're probably like a celebrity around your school in your area. That's I like when I was in middle school and I was facing a kid throwing in the 70 miles an hour, I was scared. I can't even imagine facing a tall lefty like that. I have a question that's a little bit off topic, but
Yep.
You said you're a two-way player. Do you have a preference? Do you like pitching better or hitting and fielding?
They're both really fun to me. Like, I'll say I'm pretty good. I'm still good at both. So for now, I'm gonna keep both around me until I really like one more than the other.
And do you think that time is going to come, or do you think, you know, looking into college, you're like, oh, I want to be that guy?
Well, I mean, now since I was able to showcase a little bit of speed, I've gained some speed. So I run now I run a 6'6", 6'9". So now they're actually like saying this guy could actually cover ground in the outfield, and he swings it well. So now they're actually seeing that I could actually be a true 2-way.
All right. I mean, definitely, if you can get the reps in, you have a backup in case whatever happens, you know, God forbid something happens, so many injuries, so many freak accidents and whatever it is. Don't talk. We're not going to talk about that. That's very unlikely. But
I'm a little curious. Sorry to cut you off, Aiden. What's your pitch mix exactly?
I throw a fastball, and then I'll mix that with the fastball and the 2-seam. And then my 2 is a curveball, 3 is a slider, and then my 4 favorite off-speed pitch is my changeup.
And so I just want to talk about this because I saw a video. Ben Balder posted it too. Just tonight. This is June 11th. You just played, like you said, you threw. that changeup is nasty. What are you using to make sure, you have the right spin rate? Is it TrackMan? Is it, how are you getting the right break on that? And what are you doing to make sure that pitch it keeps improving and just where it goes where you want it, it breaks where you want it, it spins the way you want it to?
There's like certain cues that I know that I've taught myself to know when and where to throw that changeup. So one is like throw it as hard as you can. Because when you throw it as hard as you can, that ball's on spin off. You want to spin off your ring finger, and if you could get that ball to spin off your ring finger last efficiently, then you will be able to have a higher spin rate and have more die to it.
Mm-hmm.
But another one is like making sure I really pronate with my thumb. If my thumb is able to turn all the way, then I know that changeup is just going to die out and just go straight down.
If you have a baseball on you, you want to show the grip. If not, I could demonstrate it. I have a ball with me.
All right. So I don't have a ball. So here.
Yeah.
So I like to go almost like a circle change. So go on the horseshoe. And then now bring your index finger more down and then bring your pinky more down. Yeah, like that. And then space out your middle finger like that. And then what I think of is really out there and really pronate down through the zone. If you can get it through the zone, you're going to get it in the strike zone and then starts in the strike zone and it just dies out low.
Yeah.
And then if it goes into that dirt, then he already swung at it. So,
yeah, at that point, that's what's happening. And so now, talk about numbers, because I know a lot of people see spin rate and they just see what's on StatCast and what's on TV. I saw, I don't know if you know these guys, Dan and Joe. They have their own podcast. Lance McCullers was on that, and he was talking about how he developed I think it was his slider with TrackMan, with elite stuff. Now, he says to be a good pitcher, to be an elite pitcher, you need one elite pitch and the rest of your pitches can be decent. How do you feel? Like, what's your opinion on that? Because that was a bold statement for an MLB pitcher to say, an all-star too.
I mean, like some guys will agree with that. I actually will agree with that because like if you really have a plus fastball and then an elite off-speed pitch, you'll be able to make it far because off that fastball you could throw your elite pitch and then you could also throw those decent pitches that will lead up to your elite pitch. So I will agree with that one.
Yeah. Max, I know you're a pitcher. Come talk about this a little bit.
Well, I do not have a 4-pitch mix like Noah, but I've been trying to develop a good changeup because, I just throw fastball, cutter, curve, and I need that changeup badly because, once these batters, they see a couple pitches and I don't have a changeup to really put them down. So you said you throw a circle change. Do you play around with your changeup grips to see which one breaks the most, which one do you like the best?
Sometimes I'll go between a Vulcan and then my regular changeup, but I've really been sticking with that regular changeup for the past 2 or 3 years. And I've used that one, just been practicing that one a lot. Every time I play catch, I make sure to throw multiple, like a dozen changeups to make sure I could get my hand right and just the timing sequence down.
Yeah, definitely. And so now talk about the speed. He's talking about batters coming through. You go a couple times through the order and they see it. What's the speed like when you're playing this high level competition at, whatever you're pitching against studs for IMG, you're pitching against whoever it is in summer ball, because competition there is definitely much better than the competition that we see and we play. And, what's the adjustment speed like?
It's like coming off from high school to summer ball?
Whether it's high school to summer ball or some of these batters, if you're talking about some of these batters that you face, whether it's one of these top players in the nation, that, what's it like? Is it at bat to at bat? Is it pitch by pitch? Is it,
You want it to be pitch by pitch. You want to be locked in on each one, even if you're playing a better opponent or not as good an opponent. You need to be locked in for yourself, just so you know that you will be able to go one inning, you don't allow a run. Next inning, you don't allow a run. Third inning, you don't allow a run. So you just keep on a roll this will really help you down the line, because like playing these like not as good teams as like what you would play, those will help you so that once you play those really good teams, you're already focusing on what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, follow-up question on that. Who do you think the best batter that you've ever faced is?
Best batter that I've ever faced is probably Dean Moss. I've probably faced him 6 times now during live at bats, and then inter squad games.
Mm-hmm.
And I make sure I'm gonna give him my best, and he's gonna give me my best. So I use all my pitches against him. I still in those 6 at bats have not struck him out once.
Has he hit a
So
shot off of you though?
No. He's
Okay.
only gone 2 hits. So 2
So
hits, and then so it's pretty even. But
it's a
he told
stalemate.
me I won't be able to strike him out in 1,000 years. But next time we have live at bats, that's what's gonna happen.
Oof, I want to see that. I want to get that filmed. Mac, you have anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm wondering, like before you pitch, if you have any like pregame rituals or any like superstitions that you keep constant to help you stay focused.
Superstition. When I pitch, so usually when I don't pitch, I wear a hoodie under my jersey. But when I pitch, I only wear long sleeves. And then if it gets too hot, then I'll take them off during the game. But I have to start the game with long sleeve. And then I also have to wear. I started this like last year, an elbow sleeve, and it worked one game, so I wore it every single game. And then another thing is I make sure to wear the same cleats every single game.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's mainly my superstitions.
Any post game rituals after you have a good outing?
After a good outing or bad outing, however it goes, no matter what, you got to get your running in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big one.
I think. I mean, I'm not a pitcher, so I don't love running, but I don't like to do all that after a game. But definitely important. I get the whole point of it. It's just, I'm a position. I'm an outfielder, first baseman, so I'm staying there, and I'll put the base away. Do that for you.
Yeah, I was trying to fly balls. I'm a pitcher, but I hate running. I cannot stand it. But
yeah,
sometimes I have to
people,
give in.
Yeah, I don't think really many people really like running, but you got to do what you got to do to get yourself better.
That's true.
Yeah.
I respect it. I'm not going to say I like it, but I definitely respect it. So I have one more thing to kind of touch on. So you're playing, and you're one of the younger guys, but definitely one of the top guys. What's it like being a younger guy, and what is your role as like a leader? Because so many guys have so many different answers, and I want to hear what you have to think about it. Like, vocal example. What are you, and what's your role right now, especially as one of those younger guys?
I mean, as a younger guy, you want to like. Sometimes they'll let you like come into your group, but you want to lead the pack. Really, that's one of the main things. If you're able to lead the pack as a young guy, then you'll be able to have that team around you. They'll like having you around them, so that you'll have good connection with the whole team will have good connection with each other. So then that's a really good thing if you want to win. That's a big thing. Like at IMG, I want to take that leader role, and I did. So I had that team. We had a really good connection. We were able to win a lot of games. That's what really kept us different than other schools.
Definitely. Now, one more thing before I want to get into general, trending things. Got to talk about the trending topics, but 3 years come by, and you're going to be looked at by many teams. MLB draft. What have you started thinking about that? I know it's so far away, but there's got to be thoughts there. And what's that looking like right now?
Right now, like at IMG, being around those type of guys, you'll see scouts around. So they'll be peeking around, and sometimes I got appearances like to pitch with the national team. So, and that was during season like in March, and that game I was 88 to 91. So like they were able to like see me record, put some notes down. So I learned I could put my name into their system and have them keep looking at me here by 3 weeks. I mean 3 years. And I'll have all these guys watching me, getting ready for that draft.
Definitely. Max, you have anything you want to say before we get into some trending topics?
Not really. I'm ready to get into those.
So, I know so many people focused on MLB, but let's talk about College World Series right now.
All right.
Tennessee just went down today to Notre Dame.
Yep. 8-6.
Huge upset. What's your prediction? Who do you have winning it?
Oh, well, now with Tennessee losing game 1, now they really can't lose at all. Because with that super regional, it's a best of 3 series. Yeah. If Tennessee could win next game, I think they'll be able to go back to Omaha. But I don't know. Notre Dame was looking real hot today. They were up 5-0 in the first.
And A&M and Louisville are locked in right now. It's 4-4 in the bottom 8. That's a tough game. Oklahoma beat Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Virginia Tech did lose, and then Texas lost today.
Yeah,
ECU won that one.
That's huge. Now, tomorrow's Arkansas, North Carolina. I have Arkansas winning. I have Arkansas.
Oh, you do?
I think
have Arkansas going. Well, really, at this point, you can't really predict who goes to Omaha because, like, the teams who were supposed to go, they're down one game where they're not even. Or they didn't make it to the super regional. So I think if Tennessee loses, it's going to change a lot of people's mind on what's going to happen in Omaha.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know the only school you're not going for is Ole Miss or Southern Miss, but
oh yeah, that one. I personally think Southern Miss could actually take that series.
Okay, Max, predictions. What are you looking at?
I don't know. I still like Tennessee, man. I'm just grateful that this year they had the ESPN where you could watch all these college baseball games so easily, because in previous years you couldn't do that, and now you could watch all the games you want. It's great.
I mean, I'm going bold prediction. Arkansas. Shout out Mason Neville if you're watching this. But
you have Arkansas. Like, do you have them winning the whole thing?
No. If they go up against Carolina or Tennessee or A&M or even Louisville at this point, I have them going down. But I think they could take they could take Carolina, they could take Oregon State maybe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot Oregon State made it.
Bold, but I think Arkansas is really good. They're a very underrated team. 41-19.
I was about to put $10 on the Tennessee. I think the line was like -1.5. I was like, that's a steal. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Thank God I didn't. I did not play the best, but I don't know. Like I was watching the game and the announcer said something like almost all of their wins are by 2 or more runs. So I think they're gonna break it open. I
hope so.
Pretty confident.
Now, let's talk about some trending things in the MLB. All-star voting, anything that okay, so here's what I've seen. I've seen people voting in I've seen people not voting in Mike Trout because they think Taylor Ward, Aaron Judge, and who's the third? Now I have to find this post because I saw them not voting in Mike Trout. They said there was a better outfielder than him.
Well, I mean, Mike Trout hasn't been having the best year. And Taylor Ward has been showing that he proves to be a top guy on the Angels team. But you got to get Mike Trout in there. It's just like, how can he not be an all-star?
Yeah. So here I have it. So they voted Judge, they voted Taylor Ward, and then the third person that they voted in I think it was Kyle Tucker. It was so strange. They voted Kyle Tucker in. Okay. Yeah. I saw this.
I think he just hit a home run today, though, Kyle Tucker.
He did, but I mean, Mike Trout's still having a better season. And then I saw people voting in Acuna, and he's played like 15 games. I love Acuna, but I'd rather vote in like someone who's played, maybe Jock Peterson, Mark Canha.
Yeah, like guys who've been like hot, like
Yeah.
for
Ian Happ.
Oh, Ian Happ, yeah, he's been having a real good season.
Yeah, I'm looking at this 267, six home runs, 30 RBIs, 811 OPS. That's a pretty good year.
Yeah.
I mean, Jock Peterson, he's 267, 13 RBIs and 13 home runs and 32 RBIs. Like, how you voting Acuna in over him through 15 games? That's beyond me. And then
it's a popularity contest. That's the thing about the fan voting.
That's why Soto's
going to
get in. That's why Soto's going to get in as a starter, which as of now he shouldn't be. I love Soto, but he shouldn't be a starter right now.
He's leading the league in walks, I'm pretty sure.
That's true.
I mean,
but he's hitting 225.
Personally, I think Soto's the best player in the MLB.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Best raw hitter.
Best player in the MLB.
Okay. Yeah. I could see best raw hitter. I want to argue Harper. I'm a huge Bryce Harper fan. And I'm a Yankees fan. And I love Bryce Harper. Unheard of.
I don't hate Bryce Harper. I think just one Soto. I know.
We talked about this.
I know. I know the Nats are trying to trade Juan Soto. I don't know what team could possibly have a big enough package to trade for him. I mean,
I think they're going to send him to the Dodgers. That's what they're going to send him to.
It's not going to be fair if that happens.
Yeah, if they send him to the Dodgers, they just need to eliminate like budgets. They just stop signing people. Everyone can go wherever they want. Play for free at that point. Like the Yankees need a super team to compete with them.
Yeah. But if you really look at it, the Yankees are like,
Yankees are the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah, they're very hot right now.
Yeah, but as you've seen, it can fall apart at any time. So they're gonna get all is Judge strains his hamstring taking batting practice swings or shagging fly balls like he does every year somehow, and he's out for 70 games. So,
I mean, Stanton hasn't really been getting injured, so he's been sticking in the lineup. Yeah. I think this is the first year he's been actually sticking in.
Except for Cole yesterday, our pitching's been great. So
Severino's been real good this year.
Yeah.
I
10 Ks in 7 innings, 6 innings.
He had like seven shutout today.
I was watching that Yankees Cubs game today. It was 0 for 31 runners in scoring position. It was crazy.
It was terrible. 13
and
innings.
Jose Trevino
walked it off in 13 innings. Pinch hit. I don't know. New York baseball is back, but it's not at the same time. I want to say it's back, but it just isn't pretty. They win, but they don't do it in a nice way often.
I have a little question for a little opinion question. Are you a fan of the Apple TV baseball broadcasts?
No, because not really many people are able to watch those games. I mean, I get it's better. It is good quality. I've been seeing that. On Instagram, it is real good quality, but at the same time, not everybody has Apple TV, so you're really missing out on millions of watchers.
Put another ESPN game in or whatever it may be. TNT, like whatever it is, you're just making more money.
I feel like those announcers just don't really know what they're talking about. Also, Apple TV.
I think baseball needs. Almost every team needs new announcers except for the Phillies.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
A lot of teams need new announcers, especially just you're watching it on the TV. You want to feel like you're in the stadium. You don't feel like you're in the stadium most of the time when you're watching it. That atmosphere is horrible.
Yeah, I agree with that one. There are some announcers that need to get changed.
It's also all the teams that have. That don't want to spend money to upgrade their stadiums and to have fans come like that. Like the Athletics have the worst announcing crew in the game, but then again, 2,000 people come to their games, so it doesn't even matter. Like no one's watching them on TV either. So at that point, I don't know. I think it's awful. It needs to be changed. Something about it has to be done. The MLB won't do anything though. It's low on their list of priorities.
Oh yeah.
Now, you know what? It's unconventional to talk about basketball with baseball players. Who's been keeping up with the finals though?
Oh, I have.
Did
I
you
made sure to check. I made sure to check in after my game today.
did you catch the end of it?
No, I had to like right when my game ended, I had to go run, and then my dad had it on the phone, but all I was able to hear was like the last 14 seconds of the game. But I did see that the Warriors did pull through with the win today.
So, are you going for the Warriors?
I don't want to go for the Warriors, but I also don't want the Celtics to win because I am a Lakers fan. I am an LA native, so
Okay.
you can't let the Celtics go ahead now.
Okay. I respect it. So, Max, did you watch the game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but I was turned into the finals. I don't know. I just want there to be a game 7, and I don't really care who wins, but I just want the home team to win in game 7. I'm not sure if that's the
Warriors.
Celtics or the Warriors.
Warriors
like
7.
I think it's the worst thing ever when it's like some crazy hype moment, but like all the fans are out of it. Like it's the away team wins. So
that would
whatever.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. But I mean, this was the first game that I was like interested in watching till the end, where it wasn't like some blowout, or it wasn't just like the referees ruined the game. Though that third quarter was horrible officiating. Now
I'll have to check. I'll have to check it out.
It was rough. I could hold on. Can I pull some clips up and share? No, I can't do it from my phone. I was gonna say I could pull some of the clips up. You could see Steph Curry's chucking up threes, and he's getting shoved from the back, falling onto the floor. No call, and then Curry's getting technicals for yelling at the refs. Like, come on, and I mean, it was a sloppy game. It wasn't like a great game to watch. A lot of turnovers, a lot of fouls.
Well, I know you're a big Steph Curry fanboy.
I am. I love.
Yeah.
I am. I love Steph Curry. I love that team.
I had the pleasure of going to the game at MSG where he broke the 3-point record, and ever since then I've been a big fan of Steph Curry. So
you're rooting for the Warriors?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I hate the Celtics, so I don't know. I'm not a big fan of super teams like the Warriors either. So it's kind of a lose-lose.
The Warriors aren't a super team anymore.
They're a dynasty.
That's questionable.
Klay Thompson is not who he used to be. Draymond Green has had possibly one of the worst series of all time for a third best player on a team.
Isn't it like 15 or 17 points with 15 fouls?
I think he had 2 points today on 1 for 7 shooting and 4 fouls. So he's at I think he's at 17 points and 19 fouls now or something like that.
Yeah.
I think honestly that might be like, unless it's like some scrub, that might be like the first player who ever finishes with more fouls than points in the NBA finals if you play like more than 20 minutes a game. Honestly, that's ridiculous.
That's the only thing I'm good at basketball. I'm only good at fouling. I suck at everything else. So I can relate to that.
That's not a thing you want to be good at.
In street basketball, who cares? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I hope the Warriors win at home. So in 7. Yeah, it would have to be in 7. All right. Max, Warriors in 7. I have money on it, so I need the Warriors to win. I have a lot riding on this. But now, what else? There's one more thing that was trending in baseball. And if I can find it, I'll find it. If not, then we can wrap this up. What was it? Oh, it was Jazz Chisholm. At team meeting last night, Marlins, this came out. People were saying he's like a Dennis Rodman.
Nah, you gotta love Jazz. He is young. So and he likes to walk around with swagger. So you gotta let the man be. You can't change how he dresses to the locker room. That's just how he is. That's just how he walks his park, and he proves it. One of the
Yeah.
as
And
right
the
now
first
one
game,
of the best second.
first game since the meeting, he comes out and hits 2 home runs.
Exactly.
What more do you
So,
want him to
it's-
do?
Like you can't change what he does.
I love Jazz. Most electric player in baseball.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Acuna makes a good run for it, but Jazz beats him out. Most electric player in baseball, and probably, do I want to go this far? I want to say top 30 player in the game right now.
As of right now, wait. As of right now, I would agree.
Right now,
He's had a hot start.
Yeah, I traded him in fantasy, but I got back Devers, so I'm not mad.
That was not bad.
I'm not mad, but I love Jazz. I can't believe it. I mean, hey, if the Marlins want to trade him and get rid of him, there's 29 other teams in the MLB who will gladly take Jazz Chisholm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Yankees will be one of them. But Brian Cashman's going to sit his ass down on a couch and do nothing.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna have to get rid of that blue hair if he comes to the Yankees.
I don't care. Honestly,
I don't think he would look like that.
I don't think he would either. But play like a Yankee and just, wear a chain and celebrate a home run. I don't care. Do your thing. Just play like a Yankee. It doesn't matter. Look like one. You saw Clint Frazier's comments. If you don't like it, we'll get rid of you, and then you'll get DFA'd. I love Clint Frazier though. He did turn around for us a couple of times at a game when we were calling him. But you know what? You deserved it. Now that's all we have for today. Great podcast, honestly. Got a little off topic at the end, but it's fine. So I just want to thank you for coming on. Anything you want to say for anyone watching? Yeah.
Just make sure to tune in on this one. This was a really good episode.
Definitely, and I'll have you back on for sure. I'll definitely will. If you're in New York, if you're in Northeast, hit us up. We'll definitely get you on. Hopefully in person. Try and get you do something in the studio, and it'll be even better. Maybe film a couple of videos, some live at bats. I'd go 0 for 4. I'd go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, and I'd fall on a changeup. But Max, you might have some better success than I will.
I'm not touching a 93 lefty. There's no way.
I tried to touch a 93 righty. It didn't work out well for me, so I don't know. I don't have confidence, but I'll work on it. We'll see what happens. Max, you have anything you want to say before we hop off this?
No, just thank you. It was really fun talking to you, and I wish you the best luck this season, this summer.
Definitely.
As well for you guys.
All right, man.
All right.
I'll keep in touch with you. Definitely. I'll have this out soon. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching another episode of the Batter's Eye podcast, and I will see you guys next time.
Thank you.